Breaking news now at 11. Last night it was San Francisco. Tonight it appears that Walnut Creek has been hit by a mass robbery. Hear from a witness who describes the sudden chaos.
And tonight, much of Union Square boarded up out of caution. The big plan San Francisco police have to put a stop to retail theft.
And a gun battle between police and several suspects breaks out in a quiet Oakland neighborhood when officers say started that shootout. We begin with that breaking news in Walnut Creek. Good evening. I'm Brian Hackney.
And I'm Juliette Goodrich. A major police presence in downtown Walnut Creek after reports of a mass robbery inside a Nordstrom store. Witnesses at the scene say dozens of cars pulled up to the area. Then a large crowd stormed the store, grabbing as much as they could carry out. One witness describes the sudden chaos.
As soon as I saw people running down the street, I probably saw 50 to 80 people in like ski masks, crowbars, like a bunch of weapons. They were looting the Nordstrom right here. And there's all these, usually it's really busy. There's all these cars parked. I thought maybe they were going to start beating cars. Like I had to start locking the front door, lock the back door, because you never know. If they're just right there, they could come right in here. It was crazy for a second. All the guests inside were getting concerned. It was a scary scene for a moment.
Police could be seen searching one car outside of the store. It's unclear at this time if any arrests have been made. Now, this comes just one night after dozens of thieves targeted the Louis Vuitton and many other stores in San Francisco's Union Square. Tonight, most of the stores in the area are boarded up out of caution. Let's go to KPIX 5's Betty Yu live in San Francisco with a new promise from police to crack down on retail theft. Betty.
Julia, all around Union Square tonight, there are signs of the holidays, but there's also a very heavy police presence. Take a look behind me. That is a mobile command post where the chief says officers will be working round the clock to investigate several burglaries from Friday. They tell us that several of the suspects are already familiar to the department. Tonight, block after block, the sound of nonstop drilling filled the air in Union Square as shoppers took in the classic holiday sights. While there won't be much window shopping this season at many stores, it wasn't hard to see San Francisco police officers at virtually every corner.
Actually, it kind of gave me a sense of comfort because they're obviously being visible and they want everyone to know that, you know, we're going to be here if something does happen.
Many high-end stores in Union Square that were not hit in the chaos Friday night are not taking any chances. For example, we found workers boarding up the Dior store tonight.
Does this incident deter you from thinking about coming back here as shoppers? That's what some people worry about.
Yeah, probably, you know, like that is kind of scary, you know, like just getting caught up into that scene.
Today, Mayor London Breed called the Friday night crime spree where about a dozen stores, including Saint Laurent and Burberry, were burglarized or vandalized horrible.
We're going to be making some changes to Union Square and how cars are able to access. There will be limited access in terms of when you come to this area. Our garages will be open. Our buses, our cable cars, and other public transportation will be able to circulate.
Mayor Breed said to expect traffic delays because of the changes. Police Chief Bill Scott said the mass burglaries and vandalism last night was a concerted effort to overwhelm officers.
We have to make it difficult for people to do what they did last night. Pull up right next to a business, shatter the windows, go in and wipe out everything that they can carry, and get right in their cars that's parked at the curb and leave.
And here in Union Square, there still is holiday tradition. In fact, as of a few minutes ago, people were still ice skating. But as far as the suspects go, police tell us that 8 people were arrested in Friday's chaos, all of them young adults local to the Bay Area, and he's confident more arrests will follow. Jules?
Yeah, so hard to see. All right, Betty, thank you.
Now at 11, a violent night in Oakland. Police say they responded to a homicide, a shooting, and another shooting of an alleged robbery suspect. First shooting happened in the Rockridge neighborhood. Don Lynn is there live. Don?
Yeah, Brian, police say a robbery suspect opened fire on them in the Temescal neighborhood, which is back that way, and that led to a police chase, which ended up over here, Broadway and Ocean View Drive, and that's where a police officer opened multiple rounds on the suspect. A big police presence at the site where at least one officer shot a robbery suspect. Several streets were shut down for hours as investigators collected evidence and interviewed the officers involved. They even launched a drone in the dark to try to map the crime scene.
This is very unusual for this neighborhood. I'm very surprised to see this here.
Walking around the streets at night here, I've always felt really safe. I've never been worried about gunshots.
Police say the first call came in just before 3 p.m. An armed carjacking and robbery in East Oakland, not far from the San Leandro border. Officers later spotted the car and suspect in a business district in the Temescal neighborhood.
As officers attempted to contact the suspect fired several shots at the officers. The suspect retreated to the carjacked vehicle and fled. Officers pursued from a distance as the police helicopter followed overhead. The suspect drove into the 5900 block of Ocean View Drive, where the suspect began using the carjacked vehicle to ram marked OPD patrol vehicles and uniformed OPD officers. OPD officers discharged their duty firearms. The suspect was struck and transported to a local hospital where they are being treated for their injuries.
You stand behind the armored vehicle. 6-3, stand into the bear cap. Shots fired. Watch crossfire.
Unknown condition and no suspect identification at this time. Police say officers recovered a loaded gun.
We have one detained and handcuffed. Let's get medical over on this way. Code 3.
Police say the carjacking victim is okay.
Supervisor, count for all the officers. Make sure they're okay. Call 75 problem. Everyone's okay for now.
So we understand there was a homicide tonight as well. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Oakland police say that homicide happened earlier in the day in the 3900 block of Carrington Street, which is in the Fruitvale neighborhood. That was homicide 123 of the year in this city. And I understand the police chief, Chief LaRon Armstrong, will hold a press conference on Monday to talk more about that homicide and also about this police shooting.
Alrighty, in Oakland, that is Dahl and thank you.
Well, now on to a heartbreaking story out of the Sierra. A family is dead and a baby hurt following a suspected drunk driving crash along Interstate 80. The crash happened early this morning near Yuba Pass in Crystal Lake. It closed a stretch of the roadway for more than 7 hours. The CHP says a Jeep was driving the wrong way and caused a crash with 2 other cars. Officers say 2 adults and 2 children were killed, and a baby was rescued by citizens who witnessed the crash.
There was a good Samaritan who was holding the infant, and when the officer went to the car, all 4 were dead on scene.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
The driver, who CHP say caused the crash, was taken to a hospital and is expected to survive. No charges have been filed right now, but the CHP does believe he was driving under the influence.
Well, on the COVID front, the rush is on to get a booster shot now that the FDA and the CDC is recommending it for everybody over 18. So a long line of cars crawled toward a vaccine clinic today at the San Mateo County Event Center. And people were excited because they didn't need an appointment to get the booster.
It feels amazing. I've been waiting for this day. Like, I fully believe in the vaccine, so I'm excited. Glad that people are getting it. I want to protect myself and my family members.
I have my 92-year-old mom here. Great. And we just want to get this done with.
But by noon, demand outweighed supplies, so a lot of folks at the drive-thru got turned away. Organizers, though, say more boosters could be available by Tuesday. And if appointments become necessary, you can always make one at myturn.ca.gov.
Let's take a live look at SFO. It is the biggest travel weekend since the start of the pandemic, not only here in the Bay Area, but nationwide. The TSA screened 2.25 million passengers yesterday, the most since March of 2020. Back here at home, SFO saw more than 52,000 outbound passengers yesterday, also the highest since 2020.
Nation's busiest airport still recovering tonight after a gun accidentally went off, sending the airport into chaos. Tonight, police are still looking for the man who started it all. Officers say agents saw a gun in the luggage of this man, 42-year-old Kenny Wells. He then jumped onto the bag, and that set the gun off. He's a convicted felon, and he wasn't even supposed to be in possession of a firearm. He ran out of the airport and hasn't been seen since. Gunfire did cause panic throughout the airport. Dozens knocked over barriers as they ran toward the exits. Well, during all of that, 3 people were hurt. The gun fired, though, only inside the luggage, and nobody was hurt by it. Airline passengers bringing guns to the airport is a huge problem, according to the TSA. In the first 10 months of 2021, the agency caught over 4,600 firearms at security checkpoints, and most of them were loaded. That number surpassed the full year for 2019 when the TSA confiscated 4,400 guns.
Coming up, why filling up your Thanksgiving plate could also empty your bank account.
And how technology could soon make police pursuits a thing of the past.
And also how the USS Hornet is highlighting the crucial role it played in the space race.
A little bit of an offshore wind event tonight's going to happen, but thankfully we're out of fire season, so this will be a good thing. It'll help with the fog tomorrow. We'll look at that and the rest of the forecast, including the holiday, coming right up.
Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze. Needs. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Relief. Dissolves quickly, instantly ready to start working. So you can bounce back fast with Alka-Seltzer Plus. Now available for fast sinus relief.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Great party, Carlene. You must have blown your budget.
Not exactly.
You have great name brand snacks, tons of meat, and where did you get this imported cheese?
Hello? Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. With this holiday set to bust your wallet, your neighborhood grocery outlet is the destination for savings of 40 to 70% on your whole meal, with deals like $14 off your turkey.
This time of year, you can find deals on lots of vehicles. But compared to many, a new Volkswagen SUV costs less to maintain, which can save you money over the next 5 years. Isn't that illuminating? Put your money to better use this holiday at the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. Hurry in during the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease a new 2022 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Welcome back. Millions of Americans are paying more this year to travel to their Thanksgiving destination, thanks to, in part, to higher gas prices.
But that's not the only thing that will be more expensive during the upcoming holiday weekend. John Lawrence reports that inflation this year is for the birds.
Get ready to fork out a little more money for your Thanksgiving feast. The American Farm Bureau Federation says it'll be 14% more based on their informal survey.
It's really hard to point to any one thing, but certainly the underlying factor for most of those elements is the global pandemic.
The biggest reason for the 2021 increase? The turkey itself. The AFB, which bases its annual findings on nationwide pricing data, says bird costs are up about 24% higher this year. One important caveat, the survey was carried out before grocery stores started advertising promotional prices, which came out later this year.
We've seen price fluctuations anywhere from 88 cents per pound all the way up to $1.50 per pound. So certainly there's a lot of variation that we're seeing in the retail space, and I think that's driving a lot of those concerns about shortages when people are out shopping.
One way to save a little money this Thanksgiving is to be a picky shopper.
Make sure that as you're spending your dollars that you're looking at not just maybe going to the same grocery store for all items of the Thanksgiving dinner, but shop around a little bit because there's certainly deals to be had, but you might not find the same deal on every product in the same store.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Shopping around is key because a similar survey from the Department of Agriculture also estimates Americans will spend more this Thanksgiving, but only 5% more.
That all adds up. New at 11, a live look out at the Bay Bridge. There's 880 in Oakland and the San Mateo Bridge. And new technology that could make police pursuits safer. CHP says 41 people died last year because of high-speed police pursuits. It made it the deadliest year for chases in 15 years. But now a new high-tech disabling system could reduce pursuits by stopping a car dead in its tracks. It's called the Police Pursuit Eliminator.
It works off of different satellite GPS technology. The system actually has to be installed in the vehicle. Through our phone application, we're going to be able to send a signal to the system. And within seconds, it receives the signal. Within less than a minute, it'll safely disable the vehicle.
I guess that's great if the vehicle's got it installed, but for the millions that don't, well, that's another story. Law enforcement officers currently use spike strips and pit maneuvers to try to end pursuits.
Maybe the idea is to have it in all of the
automobiles
cars.
someday in the distant future.
Yeah, someday near you. Okay.
And
anyway,
Brian's just gently nudging us in that direction with his suggestions. I have an offshore wind event to talk to you about tonight.
Do you?
Normally that'd be like, oh no. But this is a good one because it's going to help clear out the fog tomorrow morning and probably even warm us up a little more. And since we got so much rain in October, we're pretty much immunized against offshore wind events now. They're not as much of a looming threat for us now. They still happen, still gets windy in the mountains, but we don't make a big deal about it now because the landscape is very well buffered against the threat of fire thanks to October's rain. 46 in Santa Rosa, 50 in Oakland right now. Watch the screen light up. You'll recognize this from the fall. There go the strong winds. It's not a particularly strong offshore wind event, but still, it'd be strong enough that it will have a positive impact. Watch the mountains tomorrow. This is tonight, actually, into tomorrow. It's like 40-mile-an-hour gusts up there. We don't get windy below 1,000 feet. In other words, where the overwhelming majority of us live, you don't even feel the wind. But you do get the benefit of the offshore wind. You see the streamlines going there off the coast? So that typically will dry things out, which we've heard so many times during fire season. So if the concern is fog, now this is good. Because while we likely will still have some patchy fog out there tomorrow morning, there won't be as much as we've had over the last week. So be advised, especially if you're in the North Bay or near the Delta, you might still encounter a little bit of fog, but it shouldn't be too bad. Tomorrow's daytime highs with plenty of sunshine, a little bit warmer. These numbers are going to be in the mid-60s, some even low 70s tomorrow. It'll be 71 for the daytime high in Santa Rosa. We'll go to 70 in Redwood City. Fremont goes to 69. So this is going to be a nice day. It's mainly the warmest in the 7-day forecast, but only technically. We're going to cool down a little over the next 5 to 6 days, but nothing too drastic. The storm track is very impressive right now. Look at that long fire hose going to the Pacific Northwest, mainly Vancouver, and up there. It's been a deluge for the last several days and will continue to be up there. There are intense amounts of rain coming out of the Pacific right now. We're just missing it, and it's going all up to, boy, that looks kind of like La Nina, actually. And this played all the way through next Sunday, not tomorrow, but next Sunday into Monday after that. So we looked all the way through the holiday. No rain here. It all stays well to our north. So forecast for Thanksgiving Day has us with some upper 60s for inland locations. We'll be in the low to mid 60s in the Bay. That's Thursday, of course, the Wednesday travel day, just like this. So if you have loved ones coming to visit you here, or if you're getting in the car and going somewhere, Wednesday will be easy, weather-wise, at least locally here for the Bay Area. There are no items of concern on there. It looks great. A few clouds on Tuesday from a missed opportunity for rain. No rain there. And for the rest of the 7-day forecast, really, you just see a slightly cooler scenario until we warm up again by next weekend. Okay, guys, back over to you.
Back to me. Straight ahead, a recap of today's college football slate. For the first time in a long time, the big game featured a pair of losing records. Still, a huge game for your holiday plans. If you're a Cal fan, bowl aspirations alive, and some anger from Arizona unleashed on the home team. Highlights are coming up next.
Explosive play. Get the CBS Bay Area app on any device. Local news, sports, weather, video on demand, and CBSN Bay Area. All in just one tap. Download now.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina, along with spokesman Rob. So, Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions, and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone. Call now.
before we're told we can't, we see beyond ourselves, beyond limits, beyond belief. The LG Signature OLED R, the world's first and only rollable TV. There's an LG OLED for everyone.
Turn working into winning at Cache Creek Casino Resort with a new hotel tower, pool, restaurant, and event space. This is your chance to join a winning team with a culture built on appreciation and respect for all, surrounded by natural beauty. We offer weekly paychecks, fuel discounts, affordable health care, and sign-on bonuses for select positions. Learn more at jobs.cashcreek.com.
Hi, folks, we're back, and we're here to remind you, if you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much money you can get for your accident and how quickly. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now, and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. Call now.
The big game up top with smaller implications than usual. Excluding the pandemic-riddled season in 2020, you got to go all the way back to 2000 for a Stanford-Cal matchup with losing records for both teams. Cal's still alive for a bowl game. Stanford just playing to spoil seasons at this point. Cardinal with a chance for the first points, decide to go for it on fourth down. Tanner McKee's pass incomplete, and momentum swung in a jiffy. 4 plays later, Chase Garbers hits Trayvon Clark on the slant. Too easy. Averts the initial tackler, 84 yards to the end zone. That's the longest pass play in big game history. 7-0 Cal. Next Bears drive. Garbers, the rollout. Rifles. 1 yard score to Christopher Brooks. It's 14-0 California. Late third quarter now. 23, Marcel Dancy. Oh, you Dancy, huh? Around the corner, he had reservations for 6. Kicker called in for that 7th spot. 76-yard TD run, first of 2 scores for Dancy. Bears racked up over 600 yards of offense. They crush the Cardinal, 41-11. They take back the X. Cal has now won 2 of the last 3 big games, both on their rivals' home field.
How good is it to be able to say that the Stanford is Bear territory?
It's awesome. Being able to say it back in 2019 and now a couple years later, it's a great feeling.
Not good enough by any stretch of the imagination. Had a couple opportunities and didn't take advantage. It's kind of been one of the issues for the entire year.
A lot of fun to watch them go out and compete because you could just tell that, they kind of had that won't be denied attitude.
I mean, I'm not surprised in any way that we performed the way we did, and I honestly didn't think it was going to be tight from the jump.
Good thing Cal's better at football than their Zoom background there. Third-ranked Oregon looking to keep their playoff hopes alive at Utah. Final play of the first half, Ducks punting to the Utes. It's Britton Covey, the return man, and Covey tackle him and the half's over and push him out. No, they don't. Instead, 78 yards to the house as the halftime horn blows. It gave Utah a 28-0 lead. They win 38-7 to end Oregon's shot at the playoffs, you would think. Cincinnati, all of a sudden, in the catbird seat. Let's go to the battle for L.A., UCLA and USC. Second quarter, Bruins quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson takes it himself and then will sign an autograph for a lucky fan early. Thompson-Robinson accounted for 6 touchdowns, and UCLA blows out their rivals 62-33, most points they've ever scored against the Trojans. More sports coming up after the break, including the Stanford men's hoops team taking on the defending champs. And the Sharks back in San Jose after a 2-week absence. Highlights from their matchup with the Washington Capitals. That's coming up next.
Can you put a face on hunger? It could be a working family, a senior, a student. That's why local food banks like this one are a lifeline for thousands.
And in this season of giving, your support is vital. Every dollar provides 2 meals for a neighbor in need. please visit our website to donate or volunteer to help.
Food for Bay Area families, a community project from KPIX 5.
If you smell gas, you're too close. Leave the structure, call 911, keep people away, and call PG&E right after so we can both respond out and keep the public safe.
Hi, honey. Oh, I missed you.
You just want to video call the kids.
Okay. Hush, little baby.
Don't say a word. But if slow upload speeds turn your good night call into an accidental horror movie,
Can you hear me?
shut it down. Just remember, you're not a bad mom. You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers faster upload speeds for more reliable video calls. Get AT&T Fiber, plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877 only ATT.
CH Premier invites you to experience the ultimate in luxury. Shop world-renowned watch brands. Omega, Hublot, Jaeger-LeCoultre, Piaget, designer jewelry, Bouchon, Messica, and diamonds from Forevermark and De Beers. Visit us at our location in Palo Alto, Stanford Shopping Center, and our flagship location in Santa Clara, Westfield Valley Fair.
Celebrate Black Friday now during the Living Spaces Black Friday event and find the best deals of the year. Save big and shop over 100 collections. Plus, pay no interest for 36 months on select purchases with your good credit and enjoy free next day shipping. Don't miss the Black Friday event.
Living Spaces. Toyota's Operation Black Friday is on now. Your mission, get to your Toyota dealer by any means necessary. Agents are reporting new Toyotas are arriving daily. There's no time to waste. Get low financing on the 36 MPG Highlander Hybrid and 39 MPG Venza. Or get $500 cash back when you finance with Toyota on the 36 MPG Sienna. Toyota's Operation Black Friday is a go. Do not miss this target. Toyota, let's go places.
If you see wires down, treat them all as if they're hot and energized. Stay away from any down wire. Call 911 and call PG&E right after so we can both respond out and keep the public safe.
To the tank for the first time in a while. San Jose hadn't been home in 2 weeks. They went 2-3 over the 5-game homestand. Tough test tonight. The Washington Capitals in town. You know what that means? One of the greats, Alexander Ovechkin, in town. First period, Washington on the power play. Ovechkin set up perfectly, and the NHL's 4th all-time leading scorer sinks his first of 2 goals. It's 2-0 Washington. Same score, under 5 minutes left. Connor Sheary gets to celebrate that one on the ice. Sunk it falling over. His second of the night. Capitals win 4-0. San Jose has lost 6 of their last 8. College hoops we go. Stanford visiting defending national champion Baylor. Cardinal trail by just 4 at the half, but it was all Bears in the second. Stanford throws it away. That's Salesian alum James Akinjo with the easy bucket. Baylor outscored the Cardinal 52-20 in the second half. They cruised 86-48. A lot of sports going on tomorrow. Raiders, 49ers, both in action. The Warriors back home after a quick road trip. They're taking on the Toronto Raptors. I may just sit on the couch all day and watch some sports.
Sunday Sports Day. All right. Thanks, Charlie. Coming up, how the USS Hornet played a big part in getting astronauts into space.
There's this feeling we chase. Like someone upped the brightness on the entire world. Like your body is supercharged, but your mind is super calm. It feels like 20/20 vision for your whole being. And we'll chase this feeling until we can feel it one more time. Feel the Hydro High.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that would...
I love it.
I like red.
Current eligible GMC owners get over $2,500 purchase allowance on 2021 GMC Sierra light-duty crew cab models when you finance through GM Financial. We are professional grade. GMC.
Imagine your home connected with Wave Broadband. Reliable internet in every corner of the house. With Eero, you get smarter Wi-Fi to manage your devices, create family profiles, and 24/7 security. Enhance your home audio with state-of-the-art speakers. Plus, they're Google Assistant activated. Get the most out of your service with internet that reaches everywhere. Fast speeds, endless possibilities. Get award-winning internet for only $19.95 a month for 12 months. Imagine better with Wave.
The more we learn about COVID-19, the more questions we have. The biggest question now, what's next? What will COVID bring in 6 months, a year? If you're feeling anxious about the future, you're not alone. Cal Hope offers free COVID-19 emotional support. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
We've been doing this a long time. We've seen thousands of auto accident cases. Between the freeways and rush hour traffic, California's roads can be a dangerous place to drive. People get injured every day. In cases of serious injury, remember, your lawyer matters. Your lawyer matters to the insurance company. Your lawyer matters to the jury. And let's face it, your lawyer matters to the result. Choose the law firm with the reputation and experience to win your case. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
At Pet Food Express, we love pets. That's why we offer premium pet foods and food toppers that boost your bowl's nutrients, moisture, and flavor. Choose from bone broths, kefir and goat's milk, pumpkin supplements, freeze-dried proteins, or specialized boosters for immunity, joint, skin, and coat care. Bring in your pet and meet with our team of pet experts. Visit petfood.express for your neighborhood store.
Welcome back. The USS Hornet celebrating its role in the Apollo missions. Back in the day, the ship docked in Alameda has been converted into a floating historical museum, as you know. The Apollo 12 mission happened 52 years ago. It's incredible, marking the second time that American astronauts walked on the moon.
Landing a man on the moon the first time and having him walk was amazing. And you kind of have to put the whole thing in the context of the 60s, the Vietnam War, the Cold War with the Soviet Union. The space race was a really big deal.
There was nothing like it. The Hornet and its crews played important roles by helping to recover the astronauts. After they splashed down in the ocean, the U.S. has plans to return to the surface of the moon by 2024, to which we say good luck with that. Thanks for watching. Next local newscast tomorrow morning from 6 to 7.
Yep, we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.